You're about to witness the most insane silly season in Supercross ever witnessed in history. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very crazy moto times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, we got a massive one unfolding right now in the moto industry. Buckle up. You know, I love the industry, by the way. I came up as a racer, as an amateur racer. Then I went to work in the industry. I started with a high level, we were the clothing sponsor to XXX. Then I went to work for XXX. I stayed with XXX through the height of our growth. We ended up being the most successful team in most successful privateer team in history, well over 10 years. Started in box vans, dirt bagging it out of box vans with Metzger and Deegan and a bunch of unknown names that went on to be huge in the freestyle motocross and X Games era, which is a separate video because that seems to have now tanked and it's no longer a big thing anymore. It was a little bit of a flash in the pan. Listen, lining it up for Supercross. Supercross is the most televised motorsport, only behind NASCAR, and it's starting to suffer. Starting to suffer because the governing body of these sports are just stifling it. They're stifling it and trying to and now it's to the point where television packages won't even pick up the outdoors. We have to sell it to online streaming platforms like Mav or Flow. Dude, insane. The only benefit from that is that you can now go YouTube that stuff and it's not, pulled down as quick. But Supercross now with the World Supercross and these other things coming in, like, I don't know, everything is changing, and I don't necessarily think it's for the better. I think from the whole pandemic and lockdowns and euphoria, now we're potentially going to hit a recession. That's going to always have an effect on these teams. Like I said, when I came in to the industry with Motostar, because I missed my time in the industry with XXX, I was out for a few years. I'm like, I'm coming back. And I came back in the last recession. Everybody's leaving, folding. I came in swinging. I got some investors. We had a lot of fun in the industry, made a lot of noise. Then I sold that company, and I went on to do my thing. The silly season has always, every year, we hype it up in the industry to try to sell advertising and products and stuff to you guys. That's what we do. We hype the silly season up. And we're going to hype it up here. Because why? Because we can. But for 2, because it's actually happened. But for 3, because this in actuality will be the craziest season we've ever seen. Supercross this season, I'm just going to go out on a limb right here. I'm going to say you're going to see a historic Supercross season. A lot of riders on their way out, a lot of riders on their way in. The hype, the chatter, the noise now, the complications of the economy, the brands at risk of folding, Suzuki, Honda, writing huge checks and they still can't get a championship. So much to cover. New brands coming in to the sport. Wow, this is insane. We used to have 4 brands. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 brands. You had Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, and Cowie. Those were our 4 brands. Now we've got all these other brands. Husky, KTM, Gas. And now who else? Like Triumph and I don't know. So there's some other stuff, other brands coming in. We're going to have so many brands saturate this thing, and it's just going to make it even more complicated. But like I said, this silly season is going to be insane. And this is why, friends, what I believe you're going to see out of this silly season, riders completely rug pull their teams and walk away from contracts. We see this a lot in other professional sports. Riders will walk away from contracts. They'll sit on the sidelines. They won't race or they won't play. We're going to see some drama unfold in this one. But I think the biggest drama right now is because how polarizing the sport's got, how we have it under the microscope now like never before, and how the governing body of these sports want to control every red cent. They want to block people from coming in. Like I said, XXX and Motostar, we came in and we were able to kind of just be like the rebellious brands that people resonated with, and they didn't like that. Well, now that's what we need. If we don't have the opportunity for capitalism in the sport where companies can come in and actually survive, These satellite teams, they're done. It's all controlled by these factories. The control levels are getting insane. So that means the silly season is going to be even more insane. We got a big question mark around almost every rider as all contracts now are coming to an end. You're going to see some insane moves. I can't wait to report on it. I'm going to continue to do it, but what I really believe right now is you're going to see some massive things happen. Sexton, Roxton, just to name a few. I don't think those guys are staying where they're at. They're gone. Star Racing, Yamaha, they're so full of riders right now. They've almost got a monopoly on this thing. And apparently now, because they have a monopoly, they could go bag even more riders, but they're going to be strategic on who they bring in. Like we've seen a lot of people with big star power that haven't been able to win championships, but they've been big enough stars where they've been able to at least command a contract because maybe they have a big social media reach. Some agent's going to spin this to teams and say, hey, listen, my rider has this big of a reach on social media. We can sell a lot of your products. Would you like to sign us? Here's our price tag. And it's just everybody on the auction block going to the highest bidder. And like I really want to respect, and in final thoughts, Eli Tomac, I believe he took a pay cut to go over to Star Racing. And I doubt it was anything that big. And it might have not been anything at all. It wouldn't surprise me to learn that they even paid him more than what Cowie's offer was. But the realities are, Tomac is the most solid guy out there. And when he leaves, it's going to open Pandora's box. You mark my words, watch this season. It will be the most insane season ever recorded in motocross history. I almost guarantee it. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links and emails are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there. And as always, please keep it pinned. We'll see you on the next video.